Hello, my friends. Julie, Everett, Miley. It's the pre-show. Yeah. Oh, I got a little weird light here going on. Hey, Buckeye teacher. The pre-show about infinite grit. And people are joining. Who's concerned about character education? Let me know. Right down here. Let's have some hearts. Gatona, hello. And tell your friends across the country, hey, I got it live this week. Joanna Loftus, congratulations. Maury Classroom join. Guzman, are you concerned? I'm concerned too. Yes, from Victoria. Hello, my friends. It's the early show. We're 10, 15 minutes early. 6 hours. I know that you're concerned about character education. This is my first one, and yes, I'm concerned. Brandy Lynn, isn't it true? I wonder who's going to agree with this in the pre-show. Isn't it more important that we teach kids to be good human beings? More important than we teach them how to read and write. Reading and writing, that's important. But teaching them how to be kind and generous. Our society needs that even more. Joanna, they're coming up with great goals. So important, says Miley's. Hello, Shelly Moko. Good to see you. Shelly, you're from Florida, is that right? Shelly, you can consider yourself a regular. Well, my school is working on mindfulness and self-regulation. That sounds great. Canada. Shelly, don't you wish you were from Florida? Self-regulation, that's great. Mindfulness, that's great. But you know, in whole brain teaching, Shelly, our 4 character education virtues: kindness, leadership. Yeah, Joanna, it is pretty clear that people aren't learning this. Kindness, leadership, courage, and today's topic, invincible grit. Greetings, Ontario, Canada. Superi, can't teach them to do much until they can regulate themselves. I agree. Rhonda from Wichita. Rhonda, here's to you. Invite your followers. Get on the phone. Do your tweeting. We're going to start in about 12 minutes. I always like to come on early just because doing these scopes is so much fun. I'll take a few hearts, my friends. I'm at 480,000 and I am so distressed. Oh, so distressed. Hey, Coach, from Colorado, Peace River, Canada. I just can't imagine we've got any challenging kids in Canada. Thank you, Shelley. Tammy Jones shared on Facebook. Please do that. Joanna Loftus shared on Twitter. 6 Howard shared on Twitter. Keep that stuff coming. That's beautiful. Shelley invited her followers. Not at all, right? Listen, if you've got challenging kids in Canada, I'll tell you where they came from. United States. Helen, hello, back there in San Diego. Listen, it's raining here in San Bernardino. Love WBT, says someone. You with me, Miley? Yeah, they're immigrants. More hearts. I'm liking it, but who has started our character education unit and who wishes they'd started it months ago? Anywhere in the national conference. Thank you so much for raising that. We're working on a date and place for the national conference right now. Years ago, says 6 Hours. But Geo Jerry, one of my regulars. It's fabulous, says Joanna. Come to Canada. Invite me to Canada. Last time I was in Canada was during the Vietnam War. Colorado is central. Seeing an impact in your classroom, Rhonda. Good. Let's have some more fun. Could the conference be in July? Here's what I'm looking at. We used our virtues to buy goats for children in other countries. Wow, I'd love to hear that. All right, go watch a movie, Geo Jerry. Set it up. I'll come, or we've got people on the East Coast. We'd love to give a Canadian conference. But who's agreeing with this? It's a radical statement. What's more important? Teaching reading or teaching kindness? Good question, huh? I'm just so concerned about the state of our country. I think we have more people who are literate than we do who are kind. What do you think? I mean, anybody else? The three goat idea, what a better way to teach kindness. I certainly agree. Anybody think that candidates for the presidency are talking to each other in ways that get them in trouble in kindergarten? You certainly couldn't talk to each other the way some of our candidates are addressing each other and keep your job. What sort of models do we have here? I think the problem is that they didn't have character education in kindergarten. I mean, rudeness, rules. There's a contest now, as you can see in the presidency, who can be the meanest? As if meanness was a good qualifying characteristic for the presidency. You know, I very rarely get a chance to get on my soapbox, and soft skills in business are so important. Manners and kindness. Ms. Kelly in room 2, I love that phrase, soft skills. Yeah. All right, my friends, we're going to go live now in about 8 minutes. What'll happen is, don't panic. I'll turn off the webcast, and then I'll turn it back on so that replay viewers can see a fresh presentation. Kelly, thank you back. Let me get myself all set up here. Let's take a look at the screen. I'd vote for someone who didn't throw mud at this point, too. Maybe we should have a mudless party. This is for all you, I'm sure there's a lot of presidential candidates are tuning into this webcast, and so just understand what the American and Canadian public is saying. Let's be a little more professional and be better models for our students. All right. What is Invincible Grit Thursday? That's going to be our topic. If you love the topic, drop some hearts on me. Love that topic? Invincible Grit, I believe, and I'm taking off my glasses. Whoa, look at those hearts. I'm taking off my glasses. I think Invincible Grit might be our most exciting game. I mean, a game that gets hearts pounding. Somebody's giving me a lot of hearts. Thank you, Shelley. A game that gets hearts pounding, Invincible Grit. And we're going to do some brain science today about why games are so powerful. Ooh, sweet mama, brain science today. 6 hours, your kids love it. 6 hours, I'll be very intrigued to see what you think about this latest update to our Invincible Grit game. We're going to go live in about 6 minutes. Hello, Nancy. Good to have you here in the early show. Our children need character training, kind, loving, life skills. Thank you. Penny Teach, thank you. Invisible Grit in math. Tammy, how about invincible grit too? There's Rhonda. Rhonda is a big Nebraska fan. Here's to everybody out there who loves character education. Going to go live in about 5 minutes. Well, where are you from, folks? What state? What grade? I'd love to see what grade we're talking about here. I could maybe dial it into whatever grade we have most. First grade, Texas first. Hey, Brandy Lynn. New Jersey. Kinder, says Shelley. Lower grades, important to teach character education. Wichita, 3rd grade. 2nd grade, says Nancy. Kinder says Kinder Duo from Calgary. Wonder what's going on in Canada these days. 3rd grade, Markham, Ontario. Thank you. 1st grade, Windsor, Colorado. Lower grades, keep coming. North Carolina secondary. Tammy, I'm going to love to see if you can adapt this for secondary. K5, art. Love Invincible Grit. Coach, I had a little girl give the thank you gesture and say thanks for the fun lesson. Oh, did you do a backflip? Lots of Western Canadians here. I feel a conference coming up. I do too. 5th in Maryland. Wow, Shelley. 1-2 from the great state of British Columbia. Yes, Kelly, is that credible? Kinder Duo. Let me help you bring whole brain teaching to Calgary. An improver star was awarded. All right, we got 3 minutes. Let me know what your experience is. And here's how to judge your experience. Are you using Teach OK regularly? And are you using the scoreboard regularly? That means you're pretty experienced. Those are the 2 ones that are the toughest to implement. Teach OK regularly. In the course of giving lessons, it's always chunked. And scoreboard, here's the tough one, my friends. Be honest. I mean, we're talking character education. It's good to be honest. 20 or more marks per hour on the scoreboard means you really have the class fine-tuned and you're giving them a continuous game experience. Yes and yes. Wow, I'm impressed. Because to use the Teach OK and the scoreboard means you're changing what teachers usually do in a classroom. They're all for it if you forget. That's great, Shelley. All right, I'm coming back. Well, that's great, Kelly. I'm coming back in 2 minutes. Thank you, Kinder Duo. And we'll start fresh. 80 to 100 a day. Superi, fantastic. Coming back in 2 minutes.